This video is sponsored by Big Boy Gaming. Follow the link in the description below for all of your card gaming needs. What's going on, guys? And welcome back to the Edison Club in part 2 of the Edison Earth Monsters tier list. I'm your host, Mike, joined today by Ethan Slaughter. And yeah, let's just pick up right where we left off. So we had stopped at Warrior Lady of the Wasteland last time.
Yeah, I mean, so here's my thing. Recruiters, it's a recruiter. It's just a very specific one, and because of how specific it is, it falls into almost no category where it's actually playable. That's my issue. Like, what it summons out, it's like it has to be a warrior with 1500 or less, and it has to be Earth. Not only that, it also has to be attack. If you're going to give it all those restrictions, at least let it be like Pyramid Turtle or Nova Summoner, where you could just be like, well, at least I can summon it in defense mode.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Do you think it goes in the boulders conflicted, or you think this one's a mud pie?
Oh, this one's a mud pie for sure. I'm not going to say it's like the worst. I mean, it definitely could be dirt. Like, it's pretty bad. But, like, I'm sure throughout some vast like exploration, someone will find some way to like utilize it, even if it's a casual player or something. Like, it's playable to some degree.
Yeah. Okay, I'm good with that. All right.
Because I mean,
Exile
remember, we're
Force.
looking at these things for their like generic use. So that's what I was going to
true.
say with Exile Force. Is generically, this card is like S tier because I mean, it's literally a priority pop, and your opponent can't do anything about it.
That's true.
But I mean, I would put this probably in this rocks just because who the fuck is playing Exile Force and Edison?
That is true. It's
Like,
hey, maybe people that are playing Warrior Lady of the Wasteland, you know, Warrior Lady into Exile Force. The combo, move her on up the tier
right
list.
Unintentional pairing. They're side by side.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I've actually sided this card in Lightsworn before.
I mean, you run Rhoda in the deck, so it makes sense. I can get that. It's
Yeah.
like easy removal. Like, it's like, oh, it's searchable. I have an out to whatever this is, guaranteed. It's kind of like Smashing Ground when people play Smashing Ground. Like, it's like, oh, it's non-targeting and it outs, you know, JD or Christia or whatever you want it to, and then lets you go for the kill. So I mean, I can respect that. Obviously, in Goat, it is insane. It's insane in Goat. When you drop it in Goat, it's just like, well, I'm fucked. Like, people will side in like the 5 warrior package because Rhoda's a 2. So they have like DD Assailant plus Exile Force plus DD Warrior Lady plus Don's Luke. Like, they go all in with it.
They'll just have everything.
Oh, and Blade Knight, of course.
Speaking of DD Assailant, that's what's up next.
This card rocks. It absolutely does. It does not get hit by deck dev, and that is a huge thing in a format where Black Wings and deck dev just reign supreme in every way, as far as like tournament stats, and like everyone like is playing Black Wings usually. Like, there's always like some big chunk of the tournament that's most likely playing Black Wings, and you know, like we've talked about in the Time Wizard like chat itself. Black Wings is one of those decks where like you really don't have to know the format that well to perform well with it, because it's sort of unga bunga in its moments, but it's also like the skilled aspects of it do come later on once you've been playing the deck for a while.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
So I think DD Assailant has a lot of viability. I've been seeing it sided a lot. I saw it first at Indy. David, I mentioned him in the last video, from Who Needs Meta, who was playing that Machina cat build. He was playing one on the side. The other dude, I can't remember his name, but he was in the top tables for top 4. And Dimitri? He was playing it in his side as well. They were. I know Dimitri's like the one who made the main one who like kind of pushed it on everybody, from what I heard. But the other dude that I'm talking about, I believe he was the other frog player.
Oh, okay.
The other hero frog. Yeah. But he was playing it in his, and I was like, you know, this is actually pretty spicy.
Yeah, it definitely made a lot of sense, the reason they were using it. Okay, all right.
Yeah, no,
all right.
I think he's a very good card.
Gaia Knight, the Force of Earth, the most forgotten level 6 generic synchro of the format.
Yeah, no, if you're not, the only time you're playing this is if you're playing zombie variants, like, period. Like, because you're making so many level 6s and zombies. It's really nice to just swing over like an Ab-Zero or a Stardust, especially Ab-Zero, like you're not really losing anything. You're getting rid of the problem, and then you didn't really commit much more. And you probably got
Yeah.
to search off of it with Goblin Zombie by even going into it, so you have follow up. He's good for synchro climbing, like I said. Like, I mean, that's pretty much about it. But that's the only deck I really know that he really sees play in. Like, I haven't seen him in many others, really.
Yeah, I don't think that I have either.
I think we could put him definitely in the conflicted category because there are arguments for why he's good, but also arguments for like why you never would. And the argument for why he's good is not what the card does, because it doesn't do shit. It's just it has 2600, so it matters to that degree.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Next up on our list is GB Hunter.
I gotta go read this. Literally have to go read it because I have no clue what this thing does. Is it G
It is.
period Hunter?
Yeah, I
GB
think
Hunter,
so.
okay.
Yeah, it's literally just an
Cards on the field cannot
anti-gladiator
be
beast
returned to the
card.
deck. Oh my god! And it has 2K defense, bro. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
literally
actually
just
kinda
like the
wild.
bane of GBs.
Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Michael, we might be onto something. Dude, this can be summoned off of Warrior Lady of the Wasteland.
Oh my gosh, dude. So you're telling me our next deck is going to be Warrior Lady of the Wasteland Turbo.
Yes.
Bro, if
exactly.
only she
Tech
could
Cat
summon
can't
in
let this be a
defense.
GB format, bro.
If only you
Dude,
could
if
Warrior
she could
Lady
summon in defense.
in defense, man.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it would be absolutely insane if she could.
Yeah, so
It's
GB
hard to put a
Hunter, like,
placement on this because I've never seen the card played.
me either. Like, actually, like, one time I've seen this card played against Glad specifically, because, like, what else would you use it against?
Wait, actually,
What? I kind of
yeah,
lost you there.
I've seen very weird side cards. Oh, I've seen weird side cards when it comes to GB. Like people are playing like Mirror of Oaths and like
Yeah, and Swallow
like
Flip.
this, and this would also like get sided in for someone who's actually like for someone who's actually like paying attention to the matchup in that sense and cares enough about it. Because I mean, like if you're LGS, like if you're local game store, if it's just crawling with GBs, you're gonna play the weird shit in your side deck to combat
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, for sure.
As far as tier goes, I mean, like, I'm not gonna say it's mud pie. Like, 2K defense is 2K defense, dog. Like, and
It's true.
if it's specifically tailored to stop, GB, like, I would say that's something you could be conflicted on. I could say that there's two sides to the argument. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we can put this one in conflicted boulder.
Yep.
Okay. So next up we've got
card that needs a reprint so bad.
Yes. Yes, this card needs a reprint so bad. Konami, if you're listening, please. This guy was he might still be. He was $10 at one time. Iron Chain Dragon.
He's like $9. He's a $9 rare, bro. And a lot of people are running him at quick draw and other things. Like it's like he needs a reprint just because. I mean, one there's only one thing, of course, but like it's one deck plays it, dog. One deck, like maybe two max, but like quick draw plays this, quick draw variants play this. So it's like, why not give it a reprint? I know its Iron Chain effect will never resolve ever, but it crashes with Stardust. It's a target for debris. It the mill 3 is relevant, extremely relevant depending on what deck you're going against. Some decks you don't really want to make them mill 3, but against Black Wings or something, that might be pretty crucial in that sense.
Yeah, that's true. Oddly enough, I've actually seen the Iron Chain effect come up one time.
What? In what world?
Because it was in quick draw when he made the second one. So he banished the first one in grave.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
So
right. I could see the little one of experience.
Yeah, very specific. I saw this attack over Is it Malicious Edge that has 2600 in the frog deck?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw this card attack over that, and I was like, how does this happen? And I looked, and there was an Iron Chain Dragon banished, and I was like, oh, okay. Okay. All right. Excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I think he's a card that you could put in the conflicted category because I mean I'm not gonna say he rocks, like he's okay. I think he's on the same level as probably Gaia Knight, just because like I said, one deck and like
Yeah.
he is relevant for his stats. That's about it.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Junk Archer.
Dude, I love this card. It's just when the hell does it ever come up? Like every situation that I want to make this card, I end up making Nitro for more attack. Or, most of the time that you're making this card, oddly enough, you're put in a situation where making Nitro is better because they have defense position monsters. Like
Yeah.
it's weird because like I think the funniest thing about this card is like a lot of people don't like how this card is rolled. I recently spoke to you about this. How that if
Yeah.
it banishes a monster and it happens to banish it face down, it returns face down, and people are like very upset with that. They're like, but Caius banishes it face up, and so does everything else. Why does it return face down? But that's because the effect it returns the monster to its original, to the field, to its original place. Like I'm
Yeah.
sure you can put it wherever you want to zone wise, but because the effect itself returns it to the game, and you're not being banished by game mechanic. It's not the same.
Yeah.
You're destined to leave. Similar to being marked for the graveyard, marked for destruction, similar to that. But I think the card itself is fine. It's good for OTKs.
It
If
randomly
that ever
gets rid
comes up,
of the Gores token at times.
it does. Yeah, because you can't bring back the freaking token. um, yeah, it's good to go for game. I wish it had a little bit more attack, but I understand that if it did, it probably wouldn't be a level 7. So,
It's true.
um, I think I think another conflicted here because I mean I see some people who are like, I'm cutting this card. I never make this card. This card is bad. I don't like this card.
Yeah, whenever I've tried to play quick draw, it doesn't really come up. It's kind of like situations like what you said, where most of the time you would just rather make Nitro Warrior anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So, Marauding Captain, the original Dupe Frog.
Yeah, the original Duke Frog. I will say that his lock is really cool. Like Duke Frog's lock is. I think it's really cool that you get the special summon. Like that's honestly really sick. And theoretically speaking, you could use that for synchro plays heavily.
Yeah.
But I don't really see anybody playing around with it either, though. Maybe a meme deck or something like that for warriors. I could see that with.
Yeah.
Um, his stats aren't terrible. He is summonable off of Warrior Lady of the Wasteland. But
That I hate that. I hate this.
I'm starting to hate this theme. Yeah, no, it's not okay. I mean, I will say the Warrior Lady of the Wasteland. Her artwork is really cool because it's DD Warrior Lady before she becomes DD Warrior Lady.
Yeah,
But
that's cool.
I think it's really funny that they're all just kind of falling into that category. Marauding Captain, though, I think another conflicted here probably because I mean you can't say the card's bad. I mean that's like saying Duke Frog is bad if it didn't have 2K defense. But I mean if you still got two of them up, it would still be a problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or
for
just
sure.
Duke Frog plus Substitute. The 2K wouldn't even matter at that point.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a good place for him.
Yeah.
Okay, so Hedgeguard. We've actually seen Hedgeguard be played in Glad Beast a little bit lately, and I've actually seen some people talk
Yes.
about this card in modern format, which I guess it's for the Tempai Dragon deck thing, but seen a lot of people talking about this card just in general lately.
I don't even know what it does. I think I have to look up the effect. I've seen it in Gladby. I'm just like, why is this randomly in here?
Yeah, it stops. I think it stops your monster being destroyed by one battle and halves the attack, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, let's see. Yeah, during damage calculation, either player's turn when a monster you control, you could send this card from your hand to graveyard for cost half the you control cannot be destroyed by this battle. It's actually, yeah, that's pretty relevant for Glad Beasts. Yeah, I could see that
Yeah, because you just
because they
care
just
that
want
you
to
get
be
to
there until
tag.
the end of the battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a really unique card for strategies.
Yeah, no, I agree. Do you feel conflict?
You think conflicted?
Yeah, you
Okay.
like do you think it rocks, or are we feeling like more of a conflicted one here?
I think probably a high conflicted.
Yeah, all right, I agree with that.
Yeah, I think that's good for him. Power Tool Dragon.
Dude, I wish this more
I'm kind of losing you a little bit.
gold that DDR is such a crazy card.
Yeah,
Let's see. How about now?
that's good now. Yeah, you kind of sounded. It was starting to do like that robot thing where you just sound like Machine King or something.
Oh, bro. Yeah, for real. Facebook Messengers always. No, I like Power Tool a lot. I think DDR is a really cool card to be able to search in this format. Like it's kind of crazy. Like Hidden Armory already is just kind of stupid for that reason.
Yeah,
But Power Tool's cool. He sees a lot more play after Edison, of course. Like in all the synchro combo decks and stuff like that.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, he is a cool card
For what
though. I
he is,
mean,
it's kind of hard. Yeah, it's a little hard to rank him, honestly, because I don't really see him played in Edison. I'm sure he's played in Morphonics.
that's true. It's very true.
I can say that we could put him in like a low conflicted. Like he's almost a
That's
mud
kind of what I
5, but
was
we're not going to
thinking.
do that to it. Yeah, we're not going to do
Yeah,
that to a Signer Dragon.
that's true. It's true. Got to put some respect on that name.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is one of my favorite cards as of lately, which is Shield Warrior. Been thinking about this card a lot.
It's pretty much the way me and you first bonded was
Yeah,
this interaction with Shield Warrior.
that's true. That's true. I was trying to find some German ones, and you gave me the hookup.
Indeed. He always just had the randomest stuff, and the calendar cards. Just he had so many of those things, like the Nitro Warriors, like Blitzkrieger, those things, and a
Yeah,
bunch of the Shield Warriors.
yeah. I
I think
think
this card.
that this card
Do you play it
is
in form? Is
underplayed.
that what you play it in?
Yes. So I've been working on a list playing this card in triplicate, but I don't think it's the right time right now because people have just discovered how good Kaiko the Ghost Destroyer is. So I've kind of put that on the
Yes.
back burner a little bit, but I do think there's a lot of potential that people haven't really explored with this card yet.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's kind of shocking to see how much Kaiku has risen in popularity. Like, it took a while for it to happen, honestly. But seeing the price just skyrocket for the supers is just hilarious to me. It's like, oh, its first printing is actually worth something now, more than $4.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah,
Shield
I
Warrior is
agree.
bad by any means, though. I think
I don't think so either.
being a pseudo Necro Garden is pretty cool.
Yeah,
um,
exactly.
I would say that he rocks.
Okay. I can vibe with that. You rock, Shield Warrior.
Oh God, no! The next one, a card that's never been summoned.
Underground Arachnid. And I love this card. I played this card in X Sabers because it's the only way you can make it is Gale or what's the other one? It's Gale. What's the other tuner? A Junk Synchron and Emmer's Blade.
Oh yeah,
But he is pretty crazy when you do get him out. He's basically just Edison format, Thousand Eyes Restrict.
Yeah, quite literally. I think he's cool. It's just like you said, you can only summon him in pretty much one deck.
Yeah, and even then, like that deck's not really good, you know.
No, I want it to be good so bad, but they really said, nah, you're not getting like the spice until Dark Soul.
Yeah, exactly. Which is probably good because, like, if that deck had what it has in Tengu format, it's probably just is tier 0 in Edison.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it would be absolutely stupid.
So I don't think
Where do
this
you feel
guy's
like
like
placing it?
really high just because it's so hard to make. I don't think it's dirt. I think it might be mud pie.
I agree with that. Yeah, Mud Pie for sure.
All right. Earth shattering Fossil Dyna Pachycephalo.
Yeah, I don't really think any discussion has to be had here. Like, I don't really know what to say about this card. Like, you read the card and you're like, oh, okay, that's good. Like,
Yeah. Like
like I really don't.
versatility, like the nuke effect, the lockout effect. It's earth, it's rock. Like, not much to say about this
Yeah,
guy. Definitely earth shattering card.
yeah, you summon it off of a release from Stone, like we were talking about. Absolutely crazy. The 1200 is very relevant. If they don't have anything and you just you stun them because they have a gore stuck in their hand, like 12, 12, 12, 12. Like it's like
Adds
it
up
is a
after a
good
while.
card through and through.
Yeah, most definitely earth shattering. Gladiator Beast Hoplimus.
Yeah. I don't. Do you ever see this played in Glad Beasts?
I'm not a Glad Beast expert. I know that this card comes up a lot in the GB mirror because, like, if you have two Glads, you like tag one into like Laquari, tag the other one into Hop, so like you don't lose to brain control them, like just running them into each other. But there are times
Yeah.
where, like, if you just tag into a defense Hop that's at 2400, it can really just wall out the game. So I think that he's pretty
Yes. Yeah.
strong. I definitely think it's this rocks. In my opinion, he's not as good as Darius, like the card that raises the ceiling of the whole GB deck, but he's definitely an important tool.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm cool with that placing.
This rocks. Okay, Assault Beast.
I love the assault mode deck, so I'm a little bit biased here. It's just because Stardust Dragon Assault mode is one of the coolest cards in the whole format. Like, there's very few things that out it. Like, yes, it gets outed by Crow, but it is an Omni Negate and it summons a freaking Stardust if it dies. Like,
Yeah,
it's so cool. I've literally like looked into like the Gear Town Assault mode decks just because of how funny they are, but actually like somewhat viable too.
oh yeah, for
I
sure.
think he's being 1900 and then having that search is just fantastic. So I mean, like if you're searching the key piece of your deck, you have 1900. You're the highest you can get, pretty much being normal summonable, because all the other ones that you could normal summon at this stat, you really don't want to. Besides, like Neos, Alias, and Ryo and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, I think I think he rocks. Honestly, he does what he's supposed to do for his deck, and he has a formidable attack stat.
Okay, I can deal with that. Yeah, I can do that. All right, Beast King Barbaros.
Such a cool card. Skill drain becomes so stupid with this card.
Yeah,
Like, oh, you
in the
thought
random
Fuseler
times.
Dragon was bad.
Yeah, the random times I've actually seen this card get tribute summoned with 3 towards the nuke is also really funny.
Yes, yeah, I've actually seen that happen, and it's quite shocking when it does. Like, oh, this is okay. This is happening.
Yeah. Yeah, cards like if you're going to tribute 3, you might as well do this instead of Obelisk.
Yeah, no, I wholeheartedly agree with that. What tier are we thinking here? You
I
like
think
maybe
he
the conflicted?
rocks.
Oh, you think he rocks? Okay,
I
we
think
can
he
go with some
rocks.
rocks.
Yeah, like it kind of it fuels trade in, if you're on a trade in deck, it could be normal summon at 19, call the haunted, skill drain, obviously do some pretty cool stuff putting him to 3000. I definitely think he's this rocks for sure.
All right, I'm cool with that. And then the next one, Earth Shattering instantly. It
Yeah,
makes the whole deck
one of the most
insanely broken.
annoying parts of Glad's, man, is like just the fact that, like, let me go on a rant here about Glads for a minute. People basically just shat on this deck throughout all of Edison up until like just a few months ago, and I think they started to realize that this deck is so much more than summon a Laquari in set 5 that in the hands of a good player that knows the lines for this deck, it can feel so uphill no matter what you're playing. I have seen good Glad players 2-0 Blackwing and Hero Beat players like it was nothing. And it's like your deck is the only trap deck that's basically immune to Royal Decree because Bestiari is like, okay, I'm here. You know, like you're not stopping me. You have Decree on the field. What are you going to do? And, you know, Gazarez, like you can play in the front row and you can play with the back row. And I just think that it was crazy that people ever doubted this deck, myself included, because I kind of just drank the Kool-Aid with it and thought the deck wasn't good. But I've really eaten my words here lately, and the deck is definitely, I don't think it's an S tier deck, but I think it's definitely an A tier deck for sure.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I hate Glads as a deck, but I'm not going to sit here and deny that this card is just absolutely broken in every single way possible.
Yeah,
And just summonable off Rescue Cat. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, what?
Yeah, randomly summonable off of Rescue Cat. Like, why couldn't they have at least made this guy level 4? So that even adds more playability to it as well.
Yeah, or you know, make it summonable off of Warrior Lady of the Wasteland. You know, that would
That's true. That's
problems.
true. Warrior Lady of the Wasteland. You know, let's just make every card in the game summonable off Warrior Lady of the Wasteland. If this card's destroyed by battle,
like, this
summon a monster from your deck.
How is it not?
Okay, so Earth Shattering for him. All right, yeah. Gravekeeper's Commandant.
This deck can go die in a fire somewhere. I love their artwork. I love their lore, but God, Necro Valley is so annoying.
I love this deck in Tengu format, man. I love it.
Oh, see, in Tengu, I completely understand. It's actually really good in Tengu.
Yeah, and the ultimate commandants go so hard.
Being a field spell searcher, it fixes the problems that the deck had. And, you know, you get freaking Descendant as well, and it's just like, all right, well, this became a problem really quick. Because once you pair this with trap cards, it's just like, I think I won. Like, I'm pretty sure I won now. Like, I think he rocks. I think he rocks.
I think so too.
If he had more attack points.
Yeah, if he was 1900, this would be so insane. All right. Next one I also think is probably Earth-Shattering Mizuki.
Oh, completely, dude. Like, this card paired with Zombie World, it's like, oh, I'm going to summon back anything that I want to. Also, just the fact that he's not, like, a level 4 or lower, like, my issue with Zombie Master is it has to be level 4 or lower, but Mizuki just does not fucking care. Like, summoning back my Revive King Hades off this thing when my opponent think they got rid of it is just wonderful. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's also at 1 for a reason. You know, like, it's kind of hard to put cards that are limited below, like, at least the first 2 for the most part. But, yeah, card's really good.
Yeah, for what this thing does, I definitely agree. It's earth-shattering, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it breaks the whole deck.
I'm also happy that I got my pop-up situation figured out, so we're not getting the subway ad every 3 minutes like we were on part 1.
Yes, I'm so upset. I hit up my friend the other day for a Photoshop, and I was like, I need you to take a picture of Michael Boyd, and I need you to take a unfortunate, because I couldn't think of anybody else who was a spokesperson for Subway, so it was going to be Jared, but it was going to be him holding a sub and him have like the red like gazing eyes at you, and I was going to be like, whenever we try to do a tier list video, this is how Michael feels.
Dude, it was so bad. It was just like, I'm talking about, like, you know, a card and it's like subway ad, and I'm just like, okay, so apparently now Warrior Lady of the Wasteland can summon $5 footlongs from the deck, which, I mean, I guess that just makes everything feel right. So
too good, bro.
All right, Legendary Jujitsu Master. Don't really see much out of this card. It is an anti-Glad Beast card, though.
Yes, but he's a goated side card, though. Like, goated.
Yeah. The original Edison and, like, prior formats, you saw this card side decked a lot.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think. The last time I saw him played, it was honestly probably Goat. No, that's a lie. People were playing this shit in Perfect Circle, and it was actually dominating.
Yeah. Yeah, the most I've seen it played in Edison is in the Sometimes people play this card in the Dark Gaia rock thing.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, like, why would you not? It's just you have like an in archetype bounce. It's got pretty good defense points. Like,
Yeah.
it's a no brainer.
I think he rocks.
I agree with that. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think he definitely rocks. Okay. All right. Grandmaster of the Six Samurai.
Makes the whole deck playable. You know, they don't even have synchros, and this dude is just absolutely ridiculous. Like, if you don't banish him, he's not leaving.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he's definitely the best card that they have in this format. I would probably put this card in this rocks. I could almost even put it in Earth Shattering just because of what it does for that deck. But I think this rocks is a good place for him. I mean, he's just one of the few cards in the format that just summons itself for free and also can just recycle itself.
Yes, exactly. Like, it recycles itself. It enables full on unlimited Raigeki if you have double gateway in hand. It's just like absolutely insane for that exact reason. But I wouldn't
Yeah.
put it in Earth Shattering just because it does require setup to do the crazy things that it can do besides just like the recycling aspect.
Yeah.
But no, I agree. Yeah, this rocks for sure.
Kwakimiru Guardian, aka Better Doom Caliber Knight.
Yeah, that's the boy right there. In that rock deck that we were just talking about, he is wild, dude. Like,
Yeah, negating Gores, negating Raiko, all those things, like negating Crow if they're trying to like crow you when you're going for Dark Calling.
yes.
And it just being optional, you know, so like you just get to pick when you want to use it. I think this card can rock.
No, I agree completely. Yeah. I mean, the clause at the end of the turn, like the maintenance cost, really, you don't care about that. You're gonna have a rock
No,
monster in your
yeah,
hand,
yeah,
bro.
like your whole deck is rock, like you're completely fine.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh God. All
XX
right.
Saber Fultrol, and this
I'm
card is
conflicted. I'm
crazy.
fucking conflicted. It's crazy, but the clause, it's like you draw multiples of these things, you usually just lose straight out.
Yeah, unless you see them with like Rescue Cat or something.
Yes, yeah. It's hard because it's like it does rock. It's just like it's so bad to draw. Like it's worse than Titanial to draw in quick draw, and that is saying a lot.
Yeah, I don't think that he can go in this rocks just because of the setup. Like it actually requires more setup than Grandmaster. So I could probably put this card in Conflicted.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Okay,
Oh God,
X
that's a
Saber
card I've never read.
Garsum. Was that his name?
Oh, is it
What's this
Gartham?
guy's name?
No, that's Galahad.
Galahad. Yeah, Garsum is the other one who should probably be on here actually, but
Oh, is he not on our list?
I don't think I have him on here.
Oh snap. Okay.
I can go
Well,
get him.
So I like this card in the sense that it has 1800 attack, which is really cool. Like, not a lot of X Sabers have 1800 attack from back then. You know, besides Piranha or whatever her name is.
Yeah.
The freaking the vanilla. Um, I like that it's literally Jane. Like, it's just Jane.
And you can get it off of Immer's Blade.
Yes, and then if it's attacked, like it loses 500. Like, I know that that's like the hey, this is the drawback for having something good in your deck like this, but like they give you the other option, like, you know, you can tribute a saber monster and negate the attack when this monster is attacked. So I mean, it has ways to protect itself too. It's almost like a pseudo full hell knight. Like, I don't think I would run it, but I could see someone running it at one or something, or someone really wanted to just pure out the X Sabers just for like the fandom itself, like the dedication.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. When I was playing it back then, you actually played it at 1 just because of what it can attack over. Let's see. Why is this like not working? What the heck? There he is. Okay. I was getting irritated. I kept typing in Garsum, but it was like he didn't exist. Okay. So, where do you think that we should put Galahad?
Um, it's hard. I think conflicted might be the one.
Okay. All right. Spirit of the Six Samurai.
So I wasn't seeing this being played often, but the samurai lists I have seen that are topping now are playing this card at 3, and I was questioning why, but then I read the card and I was like, yo, it's protection. It gives you 500 attack, and you get to draw a card. And if there's anything I know about 6 Sams, it's they run out of hand advantage very quickly because they're going to kind of like, you know, spit themselves out on the board as quickly as possible to try and kill you. So the hand advantage aspect is fantastic. Like equipping this to an Iru is just wild to me. Like he already is freaking Mystic Swordsman level 2, and I hate that about him.
Yeah.
But it's just like having an 1800 Yaichi that can just pop back row every turn. Like if we look at that logic for what the card does for the deck, it's very very good. Like, oh, well, I only have one MST, but my Yaichi has popped your back row 3 freaking times.
Yeah. Yeah. And drawn you cards as well.
Yeah, the draw is just wild. Like
Yeah.
I read it and I was like, oh, but what if there's multiple? Oh, it's Pot of Greed. Great.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he rocks.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. He does a lot for the deck. A lot of people are still sleeping on it. I'll see 6 Sam's list not playing it, and I'm like, bro, you gotta.
You gotta. Yeah. We've made it this far into the tier list, and we've only had to put one monster in dirt. So will Ancient Gear Golem be joined by anyone else? Stay tuned.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
So, Alien Warrior.
I gotta read what this guy does, bro.
Something
I
with
know
A
he's very.
counters.
Yeah, he's crucial for his deck. I know that much.
I'm gonna go read it again as well.
I don't know about that one. he's kind of poopy.
Oh no, he has to be destroyed by. Okay, so he's a vanilla. He's 1800 vanilla essentially.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
can't really say that this is even like mud pie. Like this is
I
pretty bad.
think
Like
this is
it's
probably
too slow.
joining
This is too slow.
Ancient Gear Golem.
I think we spoke it into existence at that point. Yeah,
I think
literally.
we did. Like, I thought his effect was at least somewhat relevant, but it's pretty bad. So I think he has to join Ancient Gear Golem.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
All right. Okay, so we have X-Saber Full Helm Knight, which is one of the better X-Saber monsters. I'm actually going to move all of these together so we can talk about them.
My issue with Full Helm Knight isn't the card itself. It's the fact that if you run Rhoda in X Sabers, he's the only thing you can search.
That is true.
Come on, man.
That is very true. His effect to be able to revive stuff working through Raikou is pretty strong.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. When that shit gets actually resolved on me, I'm like, fuck, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
and it can bring back itself, which is crazy too.
I know. The thing that's really scary about it is you think, X Sabers will go in and they didn't kill me, they don't have follow-up. But if you let this thing get going, it creates the follow-up.
Yeah, they just start bringing back all their Immer's Blades, and then their Immer's Blades turn into more Full Helm Knights.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, we're in a stall game now. Well, I hope they swing and I have the Mirror Force.
Yeah. I think he rocks.
Yeah, I agree completely.
I think he definitely rocks. All right, so I did swap these around a little bit. I put all the X Sabers like together. So the next one I have here is Immer's Blade.
Okay, yeah. Good recruiter, summons anything in the whole deck. I don't really think there's any further discussion there. I mean, I think that he rocks.
Okay, put him right next to Full
It's
Helm.
hard to it's hard to say a recruiter you're conflicted on when it's an in archetype recruiter and it does like so much for the deck in tandem. Like normally I put recruiters in, conflicted, but like unless it's like Pyramid Turtle, which is crazy. But Emmer's Blade, like he's such a key piece to the deck. Like you can do the same thing that Shining Angel can do in Fairies, where you just crash until you get the outcome that you want. You know what I mean? So
yeah, you like crash till you get your Godum's Call turned on.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Next, we have Xaber Garsum, who I just added because I forgot about him.
Yeah, I actually have to read this boy.
I know
Never
that
even
when
seen
he's
him play.
destroyed on the field by card effect, it searches for any X-Saber monster.
Yeah, okay, by card. The by card effect clause is really annoying. Why can't it just say destroyed? He'd be so good in that sense.
Yeah, I had a list where I actually played 3 of this card. And this old card called Generation Shift, that it's a trap. It destroys a monster you control and adds one with the same name. So it'd be pretty cool. You could like summon him, Generation Shift, grab another one, and then also grab Fall Troll.
Yes, yeah. I think this would be really funny to like have it up to like 2,200 attack points or something. That'd be freaking hilarious. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I have all these X Sabers on the field. He's over 2K now. I know this is never gonna happen again, but I'm just gonna enjoy this moment.
I think he is one of the weaker X Sabers, though. I think he's probably Mud Pie.
Oh, I agree completely. Yeah, he's definitely a mud pie.
Okay. X Saber Airbellum.
Oh, dude, he rocks, man. Like him plus Gotham's ensures that your opponent just does not have a hand. Like,
Yeah, very true.
and I want to say that 1,600 is actually a very relevant stat because a lot of things cap at 15. So I
Yeah.
mean, like, I definitely agree with that. Also, I think his utility in those cheesy beast decks that run
Summon
like
Cat
solidarity and
Good.
stuff. Yeah, yes, yeah. Yeah, I think those are really, really cool. Also, being a tuner is just like, oh, great. You can climb with it too. Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's good for him. X
Yeah, I agree
Saber
completely.
Ragigura.
Oh, dude, you would think that this card really isn't that good, but he really does the work, man. He's 1 for 1 with this dude is so free if you're like turn 3 or 4 instead of like
Yeah.
turn 1.
Yeah. I
I think he
agree.
rocks. I think he rocks, man. Honestly.
He is a key piece. Like if you're trying to do like the Gotham's loop, hand loop thing, does require this
Hmm.
guy. Adds to your grind game, makes 1 for 1 good. So I can agree. I think that definitely should go there.
Yeah, I mean, you rarely have a card that like is supported by so many others to make it good the way he is. So it's just
Yeah.
the grind game is very important in this deck because you can blow yourself out so quickly.
Yeah, for sure. X Saber Urbellum, level 7 generic synchro.
Dude, I kind of hate that he makes you stack like just a little bit. I wish he did what Dust Shoot did, but at the same time, like, um, because I mean, it doesn't necessarily, it's a 50-50. It doesn't necessarily get rid of the problem because they're just going to draw into it again, or it could really benefit you. Like, say you put back a Gilman and then they have to draw the Gilman. But
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
you're not gonna know that. So it's like it's a high, not high risk, but it's like medium risk, low reward almost. But I
Yeah.
mean, in decks like zombies and other things, you're like the more hodgepodge synchro decks that have access to level 7s that aren't so like strict about like, oh, we do 6 and 8, that's it, and then Black Rose, well, like kind of like Diva Hero because that's what they kind of stick to. I think that he's good in those kinds of decks. Also, he's a lot of cool rarities. Like his dual terminal 1 printing is gorgeous.
It
Um,
is.
but yeah, I think he's like a lower this rocks because I'm not gonna say the card's bad by any means. He's generically summonable, and he makes it to where you don't have to use your Black Rose if you wanted to summon another level 7.
Yeah, I agree. All right. XX Saber Gothams. This is the last X Saber card on here.
Bro, the fact that this card can use multiple tuners to summon itself is
Yes.
crazy.
3 tuners can be used to summon this card.
Yes, it's wild. Like I saw it once again, another David mention here, bro. He freaking used Plague Spreader and Machina Fortress to go into this thing.
I was about to
And I was
say
just
that, like, I've been playing that in Lightsworn because you can just bring control away Fortress, summon Plague, and just make this card, and it just gets rid of Fortress for free.
Yes, yeah, it's wonderful. And the hand rip is so relevant, man. Like if X Sabers goes full combo with all the false rolls and everything, you know, let's say they already ripped two cards out of your hand with Airbellum. Well, you probably have five X Sabers on the field, dog. I think their whole hand is gone. Like,
Yeah.
because he contributed himself. But it's
Yeah. Very
the
stupid. They contribute
craziest part.
himself.
Yes, but the craziest part of it all is, guess what? He's 3,100, bro. Red Dragon Archfiend, get out of here. Road Warrior, that is it does exist. So I mean, I'll consider it, like, 'cause it does have 3K. Get out of here. Like, anything, it can attack over Ancient Fairy in defense. That's in itself, that is great.
Yeah, I agree.
You can attack over JD. Just don't have the honest.
That's true. That's true. I think he's like high end this rocks, honestly, just because of what he can do, what he does for his
Yes.
own deck, but also like what we talked about, just getting over Machina Fortress, I think is really relevant.
Oh, absolutely. And then, like, if you ever come into a weird situation where you're like, "Fuck, I have two tuners." Well, guess who's here for you, bud?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay. All right. Dark Dust Spirit. I feel like this
Earth
card is
shattering,
earth shattering.
earth shattering in every way. Dude. I've heard Fraser talk about this card, and he's never said one thing that I did not agree with regarding it. The fact that it just goes back and you could just do it again. It just is like Treeborn becomes so free that it is like, what do you, if you don't have the back row to deal with this, you are probably going to lose.
Yeah, you're just gonna get Regeki'd every single turn. Regeki, then take 22 every turn.
Yeah, and I mean, there are so many decks in the format that don't like play like, like the normal, like, nimble hamster Raikou Caius package. Like, there are plenty of people who don't play Raikou in their decks. So for those decks, it hurts even worse. Like, it doesn't, it doesn't target, so like gets rid of Salt Roller, gets rid of Colossal Fighter, like whatever you needed to get rid of, it's gonna get rid of.
Yeah. Even triggers when it's flipped face up.
Which is awesome. The only thing that, like, I've seen people say about it is, oh, everyone's running the draw engine now, so now I'm scared to summon Dark Dust Spirit because they're gonna get two cards.
That is true. That is relevant. My luck would be like
Yeah.
they would summon Dark Dust Spirit and I would have Jar set. Like I would have just activated Legacy or something.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're
But
going back to the jar now. Like, what's that set card?
yeah.
Not a morphing jar.
It is a jar.
It's a woodsman.
That's true. Yeah. Hey, you know what works with Woodsman? Warrior Lady of
What?
the Wasteland.
Oh my god, bro, stop it right now. I'm so done. Oh my god, why is it so much more relevant than I said it was? I'm like getting deeper into the video and I'm like, maybe I was wrong.
Maybe we may have to move her up the list.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit.
I'm gonna
She's the
move her up
secret
right now.
spice.
Actually, I'm gonna move her into Conflicted, right next to
Yeah,
Jairat.
she's the spice, bro.
Yeah, we've been cooking, man. All right. Next up is Puppet Plant. Take control of a warrior or a spellcaster.
You know what? If someone played this against me and took my ab zero, I'd be pretty upset.
Yeah, they like Puppet Plant your AZ and then Brain Con the other one and just kill you.
Yeah, yeah. Just take the Colossal Fighter. Sorry, this is mine now.
Yeah, yeah, very true.
Ugh,
He doesn't see a lot
bro.
of play. I don't think it's a bad card. It's just a very specific card.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think this falls. I think this is the same kind of scenario of Electric Virus. Um,
Yeah,
it's. I guess the warrior typing is a little bit more common than, say, dragon, but I think it'd probably be a conflicted card just because it's a little bit more relevant in the sense that, warriors are heavily played in this format.
yeah. Okay. All right, Six Samurai Yarzia. This is the one that I think he halves his own attack and he attacks directly.
You said Yarzia. What is that one? Oh, Yariza. Okay, I was so confused, bro.
Dude, I'm so white. I just pronounce everything wrong.
It's funny. Okay. Not once have I seen him played. The 6 AM players are just like, no, we're just gonna play one copy of Kamon instead. Like,
Yeah. I think he might be dirt.
yeah, he's dirt. He's also summonable off Warrior.
Okay, all right, Mud Pie then. No, I'm just kidding. He is summonable off of Warrior Lady. Warrior Lady,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah. She's
untapped
putting in work,
potential.
man.
Yeah, like you imagine you kill Warrior Lady, they float into Woodsman, then they get Polly the next turn. Chef's kiss.
Oh my god.
An
we're
exquisite
living
combo.
memes at this point, bro. We're living memes.
Yeah, about to play that card and everything. All right, Zeman the Ape King.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, another freaking underground arachnid situation.
Yeah, you can basically only make this with like Hamster and like Gale or Junk Synchron or
Yeah.
something.
Yep. You know, he has a ancient gear pseudo effect, which is cool.
Yeah, he's super
Um,
cool. He's one of the coolest synchros.
oh, for sure. And I mean, like in the show, he's very menacing. Um, his effect to stop the attack is really cool, honestly. But it costs way too much to do. Like,
Yeah.
like when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can select that monster and send one monster from your hand or your side of the field to the graveyard to negate the attack. It's cool, but like there are other monsters that do that you don't have to like have that steep cost for. Like they just get
Yeah.
rid of themselves to stop the attack.
I think he's Mud Pie right next to his friend Underground Arachnid.
Definitely. All the Dark Signer monsters, Mud Pie.
Yeah, Mud Pie, every one of them. Pyramid Turtle. I feel like this card's probably earth shattering. Yeah.
Earth shattering. It's not the fact that it's a recruiter. It's the fact that it can summon anything from the deck with 2,000 or less defense, and it can be in defense mode, bro.
Yeah, which is like every zombie has 2,000 or less. I feel like back in the day, this guy was just gonna summon Vampire Lord for free.
Yes, my favorite deck in Goat is freaking zombies because of that fact. It's like, oh, you destroyed my turtle. Awesome, Vampire Lord. Or this plus creature swap is just AIDS. It's like, okay, all right, I got to do something about this, or things are gonna get nasty really quick.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
he's
definitely
goated.
earth shattering.
Like yes, he can get anything, and then Goblin Zombie can search anything but him. I don't know if you noticed that.
Oh yeah, that's true. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah, they were like, all right, we can't make it that crazy. All right.
Yeah, they knew what they were doing. All right, we're getting toward the end here. Elemental Hero Wildheart.
I mentioned him earlier in this video. I think being unaffected by traps is extremely relevant. I got someone into Edison last year, and they were like, I want to play Heroes. And I was like, cool. And I helped him do that. And he was like, well, I want to play one of the ones that I, played when I was a kid. And I was like, okay, well, I mean, you don't want to play the vanilla ones, right? And he's like, well, no, but I want to play Wildheart. And I'm like, you know what? That's relevant. So he would just bring it back off Call of the Haunted and trigger Torrential. And I was just like, oh, well, that works.
Yeah, I love Wildheart with stuff like that, like Torrential Needle Sealing, Gravity Bind, all those cards. He just doesn't care.
Yeah, no, he does not care. I mean, like, and I can't remember whose video it was I was watching. I don't think it was Frazier. I don't think it was Keegan. Maybe it was Carpath. I can't really remember, but it was just talking about if he had just a little bit higher of an attack stat, he would be so much better.
Yeah, literally 1550 would make it
yeah,
just such a good out to Dyna, like searchable out to Dyna that like nothing stops it.
I'm writing a petition right now. 1,700 Wildheart Errata right now. Do it.
Yeah, and make it up where it was like it was supposed to be that way in 2010, so we can play with it.
Yes, yeah, exactly, because they can totally do that.
I think he's probably conflicted. Do you think he rocks?
I think he rocks low, and I think he's high conflicted. So I mean, if we're not going for bias, I think we could do like the very very top of conflicted.
Okay, good with that. All right, another earth shattering up next is Super Nimble Mega Hamster.
It's just wow, like I don't even like. Let me put it to you this way. I know you saw that top four deck when we were both there. That it was the Vayu player, and he just didn't even play Caius, but still played Hamster. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
well, I'm not going to say one's better than the other, but we can clearly see what he cares about more.
Yeah,
Like,
when we did the light tier list, we spoke on the fact that like setting a monster face down, most people just immediately assume that it's Raikou, and
yes,
this just makes it even more likely to be Raikou because this card technically is Raikou.
yes, I love when people take this with mind control and then flip it, and they're not playing Raikou. I'm just like, yep, give me my monster back.
Yeah, give me that. Yeah, one of the stars of the format, honestly. Like Hamster Raikou Caius has its own like moniker to
Oh,
it.
it's never
So
leaving. I don't care what the meta is. It's never just gonna leave. Like not unless every single person starts maining knock. This thing is not leaving.
yeah, it's gonna be around. I think the next two are also earth shattering. Machina Fortress and Machina Gearframe, aka Machine Type Stratos.
I think that Fortress is probably my most hated card in the whole format. Um, it because why? Because I'm a Diva Hero player, and what does Fortress do? It clears Ab Zero plus Stardust board instantly. Like
Yeah, it does.
it's so annoying. It's just like, oh, you set up your board. Well, I have Fortress, so I'm just gonna crash into your Stardust and pop your Zero. Sorry, I know I did that with one card, and I can come back too. Sorry, like,
Yeah.
oh, you want to target me with Caius? Well, I hope that the last card in your hand is either Mally or Plague Spreader. Like,
Yeah, like you
it's
gotta you gotta pay the fortress toll if you try to target him.
yes, like the 2500 is just so relevant, bro. Like you discard yourself for like the two fortresses, summon it out, and then you got another one for later. Like it's wild, man. Like the
It is
card is
wild.
so good. Like I think it's probably like top 5 earth shattering in the format. Like it's wild.
Yeah, I
All the things
agree.
you can
And you have
smash it into.
3 Gearframe to get to it.
Yes, and then like you equip the gear frame and you're protected. Like, dude, so Tom Mack, obviously, man, he was talking about how he would just equip gear frame to Jinzo and just when it's summoned off returner, and it's just like, well, Jinzo's permanently here now, and it's just like, wow,
Yeah,
imagine
here he is.
a Edison game without trap cards.
Yeah, yeah. Super, super crazy. Both of those cards, 100% earth shattering. No discussion needed.
No, none.
Okay, this is an interesting one. King Tiger Wanghu, another
It
floodgate monster, but we don't see
it
him played a lot.
No, but what I want to say is, for anyone watching this video who's gotten this far, it activates. Period. I hate when people are like, "Well, no, it doesn't act." It does. It activates. It activates every single time that a monster is summoned that meets its condition.
Does it really? This
I,
card starts a chain?
yes, yeah. If you go
That's
look
I
it up,
actually didn't
it's
know that.
yeah. A lot of people are like, "Oh, it's so good because it doesn't activate." Nah, bro. It activates. It starts a chain. Yeah, I wish that they would have worded it that way back
Oh
then, like
yeah, I
how
can
it
tell
would.
just by reading it. Yeah, it definitely activates.
Yeah, I would get in arguments with people. They'd be like, "No, this is good because like you can't stop it," and I'm like, "I absolutely can, sir. I absolutely can."
Yeah. Yeah. He I think he's probably conflicted. I don't think he's mud pie or dirt, but he's definitely not earth shattering or rocking.
Oh, I agree. And also the two next cards on the list, that's the main deck that he has played in, is that beast down type, like stun type variant.
Yeah. So next up we have green baboon and yellow baboon, and we could kind of group these together because, like you said, they're played in the same deck. Green
Yeah.
baboon originally being an absurd card, but
Mhm.
gets I don't know if it gets an errata or it gets a ruling change where like it doesn't work in the damage step and you can't summon like multiple from your hand.
I have to go see. Because I mean, I know that this is one of the formats where monsters can activate in the damage step, thanks to like stuff like Stardust. But I
Yeah.
actually have to look and see. I know that when it comes to the deck they're both played in, most people only play one green baboon and they play like 2 to 3 of yellow, just because the conditions are met a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But Baboon Burn, obviously that's not Edison, but Baboon Burn was a revolutionary deck for the format that it was in. You didn't have to play the best deck of the format. You could just play Beast Burn. And it's just like, oh, cool. This is another option. I fuck with this. I think both
Yeah.
of these are. I think. I think they're very conflicted. Honestly, I don't think that they're the best. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think they rock because they just don't see enough play. I mean, for what the cards are themselves, they're good, but it's the deck that you have to play with it. It's like what causes it to not be as viable.
Yeah, I agree. All right, Gemini Soldier. We had a lot of hype on Gemini about a year ago. The guy that made the deck was doing pretty well with it, but it really seems like as of late, you just don't see anything out of this deck anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were right. The Green Baboon, it says except during the damage step now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the Gemini. I haven't seen the Gemini deck top in a very long time. After the initial like hype and everything, it kept on for quite a while. And I remember this card was like a $5-6 common because it only comes in the structure deck.
Yeah.
And honestly, for what the deck does, like he's phenomenal. Like he's a great card. But
Yeah.
wait a minute. We're doing Earth right now.
Is he not Earth?
He is Wind.
Just kidding. I thought that he was Earth.
I'm trying to think who we might have gotten this confused with.
Yeah, he's Wind. Okay.
Oh,
well,
I know what happened, Michael. You were looking for Gemini Scorpion, not Gemini Soldier.
Scorpion.
When this card is normal or special summoned, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Gemini monster from your hand. 1600 attack warrior.
Well, let's forget about Gemini Soldier until the Wind tier list, and we'll just skip right to Totem Dragon.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about it, and I was like, hold on, wait a minute, Earth. He literally looks like a wind monster. Give me 1 second here.
For some reason, I thought that he was Earth. Damn it. Okay, it's fine.
It's okay. Oh, damn, he's not summonable off Warrior Lady of the Wasteland.
That's the synergy, man. It's just it killed the whole thing. Just delete the whole video. Okay, all right.
Totem Dragon rocks, bro.
Totem Dragon, yeah. Totem Dragon's a good card. Yeah, I'm just like currently cropping out Gemini Soldier out of the frame because it won't let me like delete him without deleting the whole tier list.
Yes, no, I got you. That's funny. Yeah, I think
he almost made the cut.
We'll get him next time.
Yeah, we'll get him next time.
Yeah, Totem Dragon definitely he rocks. I like that dragons can play DD Warrior Lady because you can keep it from hitting the graveyard with its effect and stuff, and still have that utility and be able to resolve Totem.
Yeah.
I've seen some dragon decks playing like Raikou and stuff, and obviously if they play Raikou, then they don't play the Warrior Lady because it will just make your Totem Dragons dead forever. But he's a really cool card. It's kind of crazy that you can just get your whole engine started or put a really big threat on the board, whether it be Blue Eyes, White Knight Dragon, Red Eyes Darkness Metal, like whatever it is.
Yeah.
I think he's definitely a star. So he's an immediate 2 of in that deck for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, well, he's the last one. So there we have our Earth tier list. That was a big one. Does this have the most Earth monsters in Edison? Is that the most like the attribute with the most monsters?
Yeah. Yes. Yep.
Okay.
I wanted to say we forgot like one that like might actually like be a little bit like relevant to some degree. I really did just forget about Grandmarg, the Rock Monarch.
Oh yeah.
I know that he's not as good because if the card that you target does flip face up, his effect just resolves without effect. But in what situation are you going to summon a Monarch and then like pop something and like if it's a bottomless, okay, well I mean you still outed it's still gone. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah. Where do you think that Grandmarg would be?
I definitely feel like he's a conflicted because like he is a monarch, yes, but like say you're trying to pop like a back row and it's a Call of the Haunted. Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, but
Yeah,
it will not resolve.
yeah, that is true. Okay, well, I think that about wraps this one up. I think that everything on here is where it should be. I don't think that we missed anything like major. So this is kind of funny. I told Ethan before we started part 2, I actually left off several monsters from the original just to see if people would like come back and like just think we were crazy for not including cards like Fortress and Gear Frame. So yeah, I always planned on including those in part 2. I just wanted to see if anyone noticed that. And one person did comment and ask where was Machina Fortress at. So he's in part 2. He's in the DLC.
Yeah, that's actually he's in the DLC. Yeah,
Yeah.
and just just remember, guys. Warrior Lady of the Wasteland, best card in Edison, man. It's right
Yeah,
up there with
Warrior Lady
Happy
of the
Hour.
Wasteland can summon basically any card on this entire tier list. So if you're trying to cook Warrior Lady of the Wasteland, man, she's there.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching, and Ethan, thank you for joining me for this video, and I look forward to doing the next attribute with you very soon.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Me too. All right. Thank you guys for watching.